insert yourself into a conversation on the show floor, right? But yeah, j jobs are decided in the me you stage. They're decided in emails. They're decided in Slack groups, in DMs, in comment sections on LinkedIn, texts between coworkers, referrals, meetings, uh, internal conversations. And this is what I call networking at scale, not networking the old-fashioned way, shaking hands and swapping business cards at the conventions, but digitally inserting yourself into the rooms where decisions are being made long before the decisions make them their way to the internet stage of the gauntlet, right? And doing that at scale on LinkedIn. This becomes a lot simpler once you shift your mindset from I need to get clients to I need to make buddies. Because the truth is, a buddy is more valuable than a customer. And many of you probably understand this, even if you haven't like put pen to paper to make this observation. But let's draw it out here. You're all probably familiar with this. This is your basic funnel, right? You find some leads, you nurture them effectively, and most disappear, and a handful become clients, right? This isn't the business I want you to build. And this type of funnel is such a waste of the value that LinkedIn offers. So today, networking at scale, what we're talking about, looks more like you make a bunch of buddies and you nurture those relationships, and they recommend you to their networks and teams within their company. A customer gives you one project, a buddy gives you visibility in their entire network, right? A buddy talks about you, a buddy engages with your posts, refers you without being asked, and more often than not, a buddy eventually becomes a client anyway, right? This is why our outbound strategy today, on LinkedIn is not about selling at scale. It's about connecting at scale. And here's where most freelancers have been building on a false belief. They think outbound is inherently salesy, but outbound only feels salesy if you're trying to sell, right? If your goal is to make friends, not customers, outbound becomes one of the most enjoyable parts of your business. Now, let's get tactical here. The backbone of your pipeline is your sales navigator engine, but not in the way that most people teach it. A lot of folks kind of teach outbound as a numbers game, send 500 messages, get four replies, that kind of thing. We're not doing that. We're building a system that reliably puts you in front of the right people and turns them into warm relationships, the kind that make you unforgettable. So here's how you'll use Sales Navigator the freelancer way. And I'm going to switch over to my other screen. How's everybody doing while we're doing this? Let's pull up the chat. Are we okay, cool. We're sharing LinkedIn's. We're doing good. So far, so good. Whoop, whoop. Love it. All right, cool. Following along. Looking to make buddies too. Yes. Hey, that would be cool if everybody here connects on LinkedIn after this, so we can all help each other out. And also, while we're at it, guys, send me a connection request. I'm happy to connect with the folks here, if we're not already in touch. All right, cool. So let's do this. Come on, Brindle, you can do it. If I go to this little button, and I pick Google Chrome, right? Okay. Is that my Sales Navigator? Okay. Nothing incriminating in my tabs? All right, sweet. So everybody open up your Sales Navigator. It's going to look like this, right? Let me move this over here. Let's get to building some stuff out here. We're going to create two lead lists and two saved searches today. And at the end of this, that will mean something to you. So first thing we're gonna do is build some lead lists. Just go with me here, and you'll get what these are for in a minute. So go to the leads tab, and I'm gonna kind of talk slowly here because I want everybody to keep up. So click on this leads tab here. Okay, and over here on the right side, you're going to see create lead list. All right. So we're going to click that and we're going to make a couple lead lists. We're going to call this one uh, connection request sent A. Go ahead and copy that because we're going to be making a couple that are the same. So connection request sent A, create. Okay, let's make another list. We're going to do connection request sent B, create. And let's just go ahead and make one more. We'll call it C. Connection request sent C, create. Now I think I have five of these at this point, my own. So that's what A, B, C, D, E, B, C, D, E. Yeah. So I'm on E. But the reason we make a bunch of these is because they have a cap. You can only have like 900 people per lead list or something like that. Okay, let's make a couple more, and it's going to be a different title. So this we're going to call first message sent A. Go ahead and copy that because we're going to make three of these too. Create, create another one. First message sent B. Create, create. Do one last one. First message sent C. Create. Okay. So we've created three versions of two different lead lists, right? And lead lists are simply buckets where you put every single person that you have either sent a connection request to or sent a message to, right? And as I mentioned, each one of these variations, ABC, is because you can only fill these lists with, they say 1,000, but for safety, I only fill them up to 900. Um, and then these lists will become exclusions in your saved searches, which we're going to build next. So these are ways that you can kind of tag and categorize, who's at what stage of this process, right? So let's build our saved searches out now. Let's start with the first search, the send connect search. So what we're going to do is up here in this little search bar, you're going to see a button that says lead filters with a plus. Let's go ahead and click that. All right. And this search that we build uh, will spit out a list of people that you should send 200 connection requests to this week, and then next week, and then the week after. What I just clicked on. So in the search, let's go back. So you just up here in this search bar, you're going to see a little button that says lead filters with plus. All right. So you just click on that button and it's going to bring up all these filters. Is everybody with us? I don't have the chat open. Let me know if everybody's good. All right, cool. Um, so where was I? Oh yeah, so 200 connection requests is the max that you're able to send out each week. So we want to maximize that. We want to take advantage of that, right? So many people aren't even sending out any connection requests, but a lot of them are sending out, 12. So we're going to send out 200 a week. So let's build out this first save search, the send connect search. Let's stick with the example from before and say that we're a graphic designer who optimizes packaging for CPG brands. Remember that when we were talking about the vegan protein bar. So this graphic designer runs a monthly A/B test on packaging elements and for brands that are in grocery stores. So let's start at the top. I'm talking about this imaginary freelancer. You do this for you, right? Let's start at the top with company headcount. So for this imaginary freelancer, um, I'm likely looking at smaller brands here. A company like Kraft, or Mondelez is already going to have a floor of employees dedicated to this effort to solving this problem. So for my freelancer, we're going to look at pretty much self-employed 1 to 10, 11 to 50, and I'll probably cap it at 200 employees. I would imagine after 200, this ceases to be something that they're looking for. Personal page. Yeah, personal page. It's a great question. Um, Yeah, so the question was, are you doing this for your business or your personal page? Everything that I do is going to be on a personal page on LinkedIn, right? These are humans interacting with humans. That's the way. But again, remember, it's like if you were at a business conference that's open 24/7. You're not walking into that business conference with your company's logo on over your face, right? It's like you're walking in as you doing business on behalf of your company. So you're trying to make relationships with other people doing business on behalf of their company. So be you. All right. So company headcount, company type is the next one that we care about. And again, for me, for my imaginary freelancer, public company is probably going to be too big. So we're going to go privately held, uh, partnership, self-employed, and self-owned. Those make the most sense for somebody who's trying to reach out to people that sell food products in grocery stores, right? Um, so let's do that. Now, who are we looking to get in front of? Let's come down to the role section here. Who feels the pain that you can fix, right? Who, if, let me X out of this real quick. So my graphic designer who makes stuff for food companies, you know, who's that person trying to get in front of? You could probably think of three or four job titles, that would work. Uh, if you were to just put some effort into it, but really. I like to use ChatGPT here. I like to deploy ChatGPT against this effort with everybody that I build this out for. So I went ahead and typed out a search this morning for expediency's sake. So let's add all these job titles here. So this is, where did we have job titles? Here we go. So ChatGPT, I typed in, hey, I'm a graphic designer and I solve this problem for CPG brands. Who are what are the job positions that I should get in front of on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, right? And it wrote out uh, uh, all of these positions that we're going to add to the list. So if you have a handful of people that normally work with you, maybe you're a developer and you work with technical directors and blah blah blah, like by all means put those in to the roles, but I'm going to go ahead and put all of these in. I'm going to If I move this out, does it disappear? Okay, cool. So I just got this list up on the side here. I'm in the Zoom here, so I'm going to put all of these into the current job title section here. And you can do the same. Ask ChatGPT, hey, what job titles should I add? For a lot of you, I'll do the ones that a lot of you are probably going to add anyways. You're probably looking at founder. You're probably looking at co-founder, CEO, president. This becomes less the case now if you only work with enterprise. So if your company headcount is 500 to 2,000, you're probably not looking for the CEO. You're probably looking for VP of marketing, things like that, right? So keep that in mind. CEO is not bothering with you. Owner, general manager, um, CMO. Let's do VP of marketing since I mentioned it. VP of marketing. Come on, Brindle. VP of marketing, director of marketing, director. See if there's anything under brand. Uh, love brand director. There you go. That's another thing is LinkedIn's categories are notoriously there's a little bit of an art that goes into it because a lot of times the things that the options they give you aren't super nail on the head. Creative director, Let's see, some stuff about product and packaging. So let's do head of product. Let's do director of product. And again, feel free to let's do product to wait, let's what was that other one? Director. Feel free to steal these if this imaginary offer is close to yours. Here you go, product marketing. Um, let's see here. Is packaging a thing? Packaging. Yeah, sweet. All right, let's do packaging engineer because my freelancer packaging manager works on packaging. Um, okay. Let's call it there. That's enough. ChatGPT gave me a lot more than that, but we'll call it there for expediency's sake. Does everybody have a couple good job titles in? Can we move on to the next one? Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to now figure out what the hell I'm doing. Where did that window go? Okay, cool. All right. So next we're going to come down here to personal geography. Add geography if it's important to you. I would say it's not important to our hypothetical freelancer. Um, but if you wanted to, you could get as specific as what cities you want to be searching in. All right. So like we could add North America. That's its first suggestion there. But like if I just wanted to do like, m major cities in the United States, like I could just be like, New York, uh, and there are different a few different options for each one. We could do Los Angeles, like they've got LA County, LA California, LA Metropolitan, just add all of those, I'd add everything, et cetera, et cetera. So, or you could do entire countries, say you uh, just want German, brands. So you just type in Germany. So if geography is important to you, add it there. I'll take a pause and have a sip of my coffee while people that are doing geography can add. How are we looking in the chat? Let's give you guys just a second here. Okay. All right, let's move on. If you've added your geography in, now we're on to industry here. This is the next thing we care about on this list, right? And if you don't know which categories to pick, again, for your niche, you can ask ChatGPT for help through this whole search building process. So it won't always give you industry categories exist on Sales Navigator. So you got to work with it a little bit and kind of massage it. Um, but feel free to use ChatGPT here. So, okay, we're looking for food brands that are selling CPG. So let's go consumer goods. That's what the C and the G stand for in CPG. Consumer goods. Let's see what food and beverage things we've got. Food and beverage, manufacturing. Want to include that. What did I see? Retail. Food and beverage retail. We'll include that. Might as well just do food and beverage. All right. Let's see what else. Food production. Um, let's do health and wellness. I sometimes will add for food things. It makes sense. Let's see what retail options we've got. Retail groceries. That's good. We'll include that.